I think that people will keep coming up with so-called valid excuses of having landmines.
Michael Hayes, thanks for talking to us, and the very best of luck.
Thank you.
At the extreme fringe of religious belief, but they also occupy most of Afghanistan, and now its capital, Kabul. In victory, they vow to create the strictest Islamic regime on earth.
We
are going to impose Islamic rule everywhere, and we are going to do it in any place where it's not the law.
But for the women of Afghanistan, the religious zealotry of the Taliban now means they have no life beyond their veil.
Now we have to stay in the corners of our rooms. We have worked a long time for our country. We just have to look at the ceiling. It is a catastrophe and misfortune imposed on the women of Afghanistan.
This city is now effectively a prison. There is a lockdown on women. As a Western woman, I must cover my hair, but no local woman would dare show her face in public. Women have been beaten for just revealing their eyes. The only safe way to dress is to be completely covered, to disappear. And that is just the beginning of repression. Women are now forbidden to work. So in this city, where many women are the sole providers for their families, there is now fear of destitution, of hunger.
We are expecting our sisters from around the world to defend the women who are captured in Kabul.
10 days ago, these two women were highly educated professionals. They wanted to speak out. We can't show their faces. Their lives would be at risk.
For women who have to support their family, if they don't get salary for 4 months or 3 months or 2 months, their family will die of hunger.
Is there any answer for you?
No, not yet. I saw 2 women under their veils, and 2 Taliban got out of a car and beat them so much that it made me very depressed. How can a person who is pretending to defend the country dare hit another person's wife?
On the streets of Kabul, only the young girls go unveiled, girls who should be in school. But their school days are over since the Taliban outlawed education for females. Why do you not go to school anymore? Who has told you not to go to school?
Huh?
Most of the teachers were ladies. Since they are not allowed to go to schools, that's why the school is closed.
Has your mum told you why?
Because our teachers are not coming.
Was your teacher a lady?
Yes.
The Taliban are trained in religion, but they enforce moral lessons with medieval brutality. Stonings to death for adultery, amputation for theft. Taliban authorities refuse to speak to a female journalist, so their young militia are the only window on the Taliban mind.
We are just going to apply the Islamic laws, and Muhammad the Prophet has told us that women must wear burqas.
If a lady in Kabul does not have her face covered, what would happen to her?
They will be punished according to Islamic laws, and that will be decided by the authorities.
Have you killed anyone in the fight?
Yes, but we only kill those who are against Islam.
God's warriors are on the march, chasing down resistance. We followed the trail of Taliban firepower, a dusty 2-hour drive north to the Panjshir Valley. The previous regime is dug in 200 metres from the Taliban front line.
Tell the commander that my name is Stephen Evans and I'm a political officer with the United Nations Special Mission to Afghanistan.
The United Nations is seeking to nurture a peace, but it has no troops here. The UN is powerless to stop the fighting. The great fear is that Taliban fundamentalism will sweep further north into Central Asia, spooking Russia into sending troops, provoking a regional conflagration.
We don't want Taliban to enter Panjshir by fighting in war. And we are hoping to have negotiations with them, to talk to them. And so if they want to enter by force or by fighting, we are ready to defend.
The UN's work was cut short by Taliban artillery.
Commander, thank you very much.
Peace never gets a chance in Afghanistan. As we retreated from the front line, it was obvious both sides are preparing for a major battle. This has not just been another dirty little war in a part of the world that no one cares about. Afghanistan has long been fought over by the great powers. It is an open secret that Pakistan militarily supports the Taliban. Iran supports the former government. The country is awash with Russian weapons. A UN official told me even Indian planes have been seen here. A century ago, the superpower rivalry for this country was called the Great Game. Now that game is set to continue, and the long-suffering people of Afghanistan are simply the playthings. If the fighting ever stops, another legacy will be killing Afghans long after the last shot. Afghanistan is strewn with millions of landmines. It is the worst affected country on earth.
Keep them going straight through.
Australian Gulban Ree's task is to clear them, a $100 million humanitarian project by the UN.
More than 50% of the injuries sustained in Kabul are people under 16.
Just kids?
Just kids. Just kids going about their normal everyday life.
All over the country, clearing teams assisted by specially trained dogs are scouring the earth. This was once productive grazing land. Until it is cleared, it is no man's land.
Well, if you have a look area, there's a lot of shrapnel, a lot of metal lying around, and we rely on metal detector technology. So every piece of metal has to be treated as a mine. And that's the advantage of the dog.
Because the dog only detects the mine?
No, it only detects explosive in the mine.
Right.
So really what we use is metal detectors and mine detectors, and the dogs are the mine detectors.
The dogs have signalled the presence of a mine, the fourth detection of the morning. The area is cleared for detonation. The demining project has dramatically reduced the number of victims. But still, every day, children like 12-year-old Nurullah enter hospital with missing limbs and broken lives.
We're really just fortunate that our children don't have like this. Yeah. It's, you know, what do they say? 48 of these children in the hospital at the moment, in one city.
You never get used to it.
Oh, no way. Oh, can you?
The Taliban takeover has put this humanitarian work in serious jeopardy. Part of the UN program is school-based, teaching kids how to avoid mines. But Western donor countries have already indicated if girls are excluded, the money stops. Do you feel strongly about that?
Well, we can't continue a program that doesn't provide education to girls. We just can't continue it. So you know, I suppose that one of the alternatives is to put sufficient pressure on them to, you know, to just withdraw the whole program.
It is not just the mine clearance program which is at stake. Afghanistan survives on international aid.
The only people that are suffering out of this are the local people, you know. And if you have a look at places that we've cleared, walk around the streets and see the children and so forth, how can you abandon them?
Taliban extremism means those international aid dollars will now stop flowing. Yet to be abandoned and forgotten is the last thing the people need.
And in a late development, a US government spokesperson a few hours ago formally warned the Taliban regime in Kabul that it will get no international assistance unless it respects the rights of women in Afghanistan. Next, could life